What's up guys, welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Looks like we've got a tough journey ahead, huh?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got plenty of tasks awaiting us.
I agreed. Minutes had reached the same conclusion as me. I smiled at him and raised my glass in acknowledgement.
Volume 17, Chapter 4. The Blue Demon's Monologue. Part 1.
Hey there, folks. How's everyone doing? My name is Raine. What's that? Not familiar with me? Well, let's fix that, shall we? It's kind of important you remember my name, or else there might be some trouble down the line. Looks like a few of you could use a refresher course. My bad, got a bit carried away there. Usually, I'm all about keeping it cool and collected, but hey, we all have our moments, right? So, let me properly introduce myself since it seems necessary. Like I said, I'm Raine. I do the whole servant gig, scratch that, maid gig, for the one and only Demon Lord Guy Crimson. Known the guy for ages, even before the whole universe came into play. As for exact timelines, who knows? It's like trying to remember your own birthday, you know? Anyways, enough with the pointless questions. Bottom line, being born from darkness has its perks, like being pretty much unstoppable. Well, I thought I had it all figured out. Admittedly, I was a bit full of myself back then. And, well, it led to a major screw-up. I teamed up with one of my sisters, someone I was close to, and together, we tried to pull off a surprise attack on another sibling who was way stronger than us. Looking back, it was a pretty dumb move. He was seriously powerful. I foolishly thought taking him on together would guarantee an easy win, but boy, was I wrong. We got our butts kicked big time. The one who handed us our defeat? None other than the Demon Lord Guy Crimson, back when he was known as Rouge. Oh, and by the way, the sister who fought alongside me, she's now Misery, but back then she was Vert. We've stayed tight over the years. It's like a trade-off, she handles my chores, and I get her pay. We still work together even now.
Raine, stop goofing around and get back to cleaning.
I barely introduced her, and she's already on my case. What a pain.
What did you say?
She asked.
Nothing important. No, well, it better not be.
That was a close one. Misery's sharp, always catching me when I try to slack off. It's hard to pull one over on her. Fine, I'll get back to cleaning, mostly just to keep her off my back. Anyway, where was I? Right, so Misery and I got beat by Sir Guy, and it taught us something important. If you can break a demon's core, they're done for good. But here's the kicker. For skilled primals like us, no matter what happens, we can come back from it. True dragons, they reset their personality but keep their memories, but for us, our personality stays the same. Lady Velzard, Sir Guy's ice dragon buddy, used this trick to reset her little brother for some re-education, but it wouldn't work on primals like us. Pretty amazing stuff, right? I could talk about it forever, believe me. Unfortunately, there are drawbacks to this scenario. The process of resurrection, for instance, is quite lengthy, although that's a minor detail. The most challenging aspect is the eternal submission to the one who overpowered you, despite your newfound immortality. In our case, that individual happens to be Sir Guy. This discovery marked a significant shift in the dynamics of demon power, creating a new, markedly unbalanced status quo. One could attribute this entirely to our actions, or, conversely, one could view it as a result of our contributions, opting for a more positive interpretation. Misery tends to lean towards the former perspective, while I tend towards the latter. Are you familiar with this? You're not harboring any biases against me, are you? Please refrain from seeing me as some wicked child. Additionally, it would be wise to heed my words. I am sharing with you a lesser-known demon secret, the method for eradicating demons. Well, to a degree. Complete destruction of a primal is unattainable, but you can effectively bend them to your will. It's not as coercive as slavery, there's no requirement to obey every command. I could choose to defy Sir Guy, though I have no intention of doing so. He does hold a certain level of authority over us. Moving forward, let's delve into the demons directly descended from the primals. Typically, excluding the inept noir, primals produce numerous offspring. These progeny are bound to follow the orders of their same-colored superior, essentially forming a readily available workforce. The term produce might cause some confusion. I won't delve into all the intricate details, but here's a simplified explanation. Initially, a newborn lesser demon lacks any distinct coloration. It possesses intelligence but lacks a sense of identity, and it's considerably weak. This category largely comprises what humans summon, known as the enslaved type. Once these demons gain consciousness, they become the independent type. Upon evolving into greater demons, their inherent characteristics and personalities emerge, defining their familial lineage. Alternatively, a more powerful demon might recruit them to establish their own faction. In fact, this may be the more common method of building a following. Misery remains as dedicated as ever, overseeing her own faction with diligence. She manages various enterprises, with the Apostles of Vert standing out as particularly influential, even extending their reach into the human domain. And me? Well, I've got no interest in all that. Don't give me that doubtful look. What's this about comparing me to Noir? Utter nonsense. I've got my own faction to lead, you know. The mere thought of being likened to Noir really gets under my skin, so please spare me from such comparisons. But let's circle back to the main point. Freshly emerged demons tend to steer clear of factions, but once they evolve into greater demons, they align themselves with a specific color and join one. Some demons are born already associated with a particular color, especially in the case of reincarnated entities. Demons are immortal, so death merely leads to rebirth. However, even they can be wiped out if their core is shattered, I reckon. Despite their considerable resilience, demons might survive even the loss of their soul, particularly if closely tied to primal colors. Nevertheless, if you manage to defeat one, it's crucial to shatter their core. Otherwise, your victory would be in vain. On a different note, there's no need to fear a fledgling, weak-willed demon. While they may possess combat knowledge, they lack experience and are essentially novices, so wiping out their temporary forms might be sufficient. They're hardly worth losing sleep over. So, there you have it, our insights. Maybe uncovering these truths has somewhat redeemed our defeat at Sir Guy's hands. If anything, I reckon I handled the situation rather adeptly. We continue to serve Sir Guy with a sense of self-sacrifice, although I have to admit, I rather enjoy it. Sir Guy has temporarily stepped away from the underworld's power struggles to dwell on the planet's surface for a spell. Despite everything, he remains a man of integrity, and he's kindly taken us along for the journey. He even extended us the freedom to carve our own paths, remarking,
"You know you're free to live however you wish, right?"
"But that's not my style. I'm sticking with the winning team." With Sir Guy leading the charge, failure isn't even on the horizon, so I'm in the best position imaginable. It would be quite the spectacle if Sir Guy were ever to meet defeat, but regardless. Here's what I replied.
No, our duty is to serve you.
What do you think? I fancy myself the quintessential maid, don't you agree? You won't find another maid as dedicated as I am. Well, at least I thought so.
Indeed, you are our ruler. We are your faithful subjects. That is the eternal, unyielding truth.
Darn it, Misery. Always playing the part of the obedient servant, and look at her now. And the most exasperating part is, she probably believes every word she's saying. Dealing with this rival of mine is always an adventure. Sure, I might see her as my eternal opponent, someone I've sworn to outdo my whole life, but you know, Misery seems to trust me, so I've given up trying to one-up her. You just can't seem to outmaneuver her, I reckon. Maybe it's not exactly the dynamic either of us had in mind, but nonetheless, we're as inseparable as ever. After journeying through various landscapes, we eventually settled on our current headquarters. It's nestled in a frigid region, too cold for most forms of life, but luckily, being a demon, I'm impervious to such extremes. Okay, I was joking. I mean, for example, when I tried to wash some clothes, they froze solid instead. I punched a dress out of frustration, and it shattered upon impact. Yes, I was pretty furious. So yes, there have been a few hiccups along the way, but all in all, I'm managing quite well here.
You really should be more remorseful, you know.
Raine, I think a bit more empathy from you wouldn't hurt either.
After Sir Guy's warning, I started being more careful around him. That's why I have servants, to make sure everything runs smoothly for me. Can you do your best for me, please? I mean, that's why you're here, right? To make my life easier. Since then, I haven't slipped up once. I've actually improved quite a bit, you know? My responsibilities go beyond just household chores. Some people call me the jack of all trades maid, and it's true, we're pretty versatile. From cooking and cleaning to entertaining with singing, dancing, music, and even some artsy stuff, we handle it all for Sir Guy. Sure, I've messed up cooking and laundry a few times, but we all learn from our mistakes, don't we? Even demons do, so let's move on from the past. As for my specialty, it's painting. I love abstract art, and I recently had Misery pose for me. She was so touched by the result, she even cried.
No, I was beyond angry. Then I'd say it was a big success. Ugh, you. I swear.
Misery might act annoyed with me, but it doesn't really get to me. She wasn't exactly livid, more like bursting with emotion. It's not every day you see a demon showing that much intensity. It almost makes me doubt my own skills sometimes. Oh, and just so you know, whenever I paint Sir Guy or Lady Velzard, I stick to realistic representation. I've got it down to a T, and they always praise me for it.
Of course. You do show talent when you put your mind to it. That's what frustrated me.
Sounds like Misery's saying something, but let's just ignore it like usual. Oh, and speaking of hobbies, let me tell you about another one of mine. Living in the harsh cold of the wastelands is no easy feat. It's definitely not a place for permanent residents. The constant blizzard outside paints everything in a never-ending blanket of white. However, within our barrier, it's like a perpetual summer's day. We've even shaped the landscape to include a charming lake bordered by a pristine sandy beach. Sometimes, I treat myself to a moment of relaxation on one of the beach chairs, attended to by my demon helpers. It's a form of leisure that brings me great satisfaction. The time and effort I dedicate to my hobbies are substantial. Just thinking about them brings a smile to my face. Sir Guy also recognizes and appreciates my endeavors, which further adds to my contentment.
Raine's creativity knows no bounds. She truly is exceptional.
I have to admit, Raine, you are quite impressive.
Even Misery couldn't resist acknowledging my skills. I hope to continue integrating my hobbies into my daily tasks as seamlessly as I have been doing. Oh, right, there's another significant responsibility I have, one that I mustn't overlook. Every now and then, the demon lords gather for the Walpurgis Council, and it's my duty to ensure all attendees arrive at the designated location. Originally conceived as a simple gathering among the 3 demon lords of that era, Sir Guy, Lady Milam, and Lady Ramirez, the Walpurgis was a modest affair. Lady Milam, Lady Velzard's niece, possessed incomparable power. There were instances when she'd lose control, unleashing her fury and causing widespread devastation. While we immortals could have intervened, risking the destruction of the planet, the task of managing the aftermath ultimately fell to me, Misery, and Lady Velzard. I have no intention of allowing such a situation to occur again. Without Lady Ramirez's intervention, our circumstances might have been dire. Sir Guy holds her in high esteem, as do we all. Lady Milam held a special place in our esteem, naturally. So, when the trio of demon lords decided to gather for an intimate dinner, it seemed only fitting to go all out in crafting a splendid menu for the occasion.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jason Martin, Zach Rawson, Jerry Sladek, Ray Perez, Adrienne, Kumo, Sankath Chelu, T. Bush, John L., Edgar Fuentes, Ara Dare, Tony, Edmund W. Edwards. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.